Happy Halloween guys, and welcome to the Halloween tea party where I'm attempting to do 31 tutorials leading up to Halloween, like some kind of creepy advent calendar for Halloween. Today's look is a ventriloquist dummy, and this is a completely drugstore look, so you should be able to pull this off with the stuff you have in your makeup bag already. This is my little jump menu, so if you want to skip any bits or go back to any bits of the tutorial, you can easily do that. You can just click on the title of the bit you want to go to, and you will be whisked off to that part of the tutorial. Get ready for some cake face, guys! For my highlight, I'm using the lightest shade of concealer that I've got, and we're really using the contour and highlight to change the shape of the face and make it look more like wood, because lights and shadows look different on wood than how they do on human skin. I'm highlighting the apples of my cheeks so they look much more rounded. My forehead, because light would bounce off of a ventriloquist dummy's forehead because it's a larger flat surface. Down the center of my nose so that I can make it look a bit more angular. And on my chin, because that would be another area that would be rounded and protruded forward a bit more. For my contour, I'm using an eyebrow palette because I didn't have a cream contour shade dark enough for this look. For the cheek contour, I'm starting it out a bit higher than I normally would, so just underneath the high point of my cheek. And then instead of angling it down when it gets towards the front of my face, I'm angling it up towards my nose and making it really curved, and that's going to help make the cheeks look much more rounded. I'm contouring down the sides of my nose and up into my brows a little bit to help make the nose look more angular. Around the sides of the cut out mouth area, and then I'm just adding a bit of contour around the sides of my forehead and along my jawline. Then I'm taking a heavy coverage foundation that is not my shade. This is more of a tan color because obviously wood is a bit more tanned than me. And I'm applying it really carefully. I don't want to completely blend out the highlights. I don't want to completely blend out the contour. I still want them to show. I just don't want there to be harsh lines around them. But inevitably, those highlights did get a bit lost in the foundation because it's so heavy coverage. So I went back in with the concealer and added them on top of the foundation and blended them out. For the face powder, I used a couple of different shades. So I used a really light one for the highlights, a darker one for the contour, and then a translucent powder just to powder everything and make sure everything was set, because this is cake face, we need some setting. To make the contour pop even more, I went back in with some brown eyeshadows, and I'm using a cool toned brown for the darkest points of the contour. And I'm using a slightly warmer brown for the edges of the contour, and then I'm blending it out really, really well. To make the highlight even more intense, I went in with a very pale nude eyeshadow and applied it to all the points where I already have highlights on my face. For the movable mouth area, I'm starting out with the cool tone brown eyeshadow, outlining where I want the lines to be, and then blending that inwards towards the chin and downwards from the mouth. The most intense part of the contour would be in the top corner that's coming off of the lip, going inwards. I wanted the chin to look quite round, so I'm using the contour to kind of go around that highlight area to help that illusion. Then I'm taking a black eyeshadow and outlining that again and blending it ever so slightly in from that line. I ended up going back in later with a black felt tip liner to go over those lines again, so it really looks like it's been cut there and there is a separation between the chin and the rest of the face. For the lips, I'm lining them with a bright red liner and filling that in with a matching red liquid to matte lipstick. To add the wood effect, I'm taking that same cool tone brown eyeshadow and an angled brush and just drawing a wood style pattern on my chin. You don't need to be too perfect about doing this. I'm just drawing rings within rings and then lines that follow the curvature of those rings. As long as you have a general idea of what wood looks like, it should come out okay. For the eyes, I'm doing a bit of eye contouring to try and make my eyes look more round. I'm starting out by mapping out a fake crease that is much more rounded than my own crease with a dark brown eyeshadow. Then I'm blending that out and up towards my brow. Then I'm going back in with a black eyeshadow, adding that to my fake crease and blending that out with a smaller blending brush. You want to keep the black much tighter to your fake crease than you did the brown. Then I'm taking a nude eyeshadow base and applying that all over my lid and up to my fake crease, and I'm trying to get a really nice crisp line against the fake crease. Then just to set that, I'm going over it with a nude shadow. For the under eye, we want the eyeball to look much more rounded and doll-like, so I'm taking a white eyeshadow base and applying that in a big circle underneath my eye. And again, I'm trying to get really nice, neat, crisp lines with this. Then I'm taking a white eyeshadow to set that, and a black liner to draw around it so that it stands out. Gels, liquids, or felt tip liners would work best for this. If you don't have one and you're using a kohl pencil, it's best to put it in the fridge for 10 minutes first so that you can get a really nice sharp line with it. Otherwise it can be a bit soft and smudgy when you're trying to apply it. I decided to draw on the lashes with the pen as well, and I'm just doing it on the outer third of the fake eye, but you could stick some lashes on upside down if you wanted to. I am putting falsies on my top lash line though, and these are from the pound shop because my local pound shop specializes in the fakest, most doll-like synthetic looking lashes in the world. Well, maybe not the world. Maybe. I'm using the brow palette I used for my contour to do my brows, what it was actually designed for. And Ventriloquist dummies have painted on brows, so we don't need to worry about ombreing them or trying to add in fake hairs or anything like that. You can just go old school, go crazy, just paint those babies on. I decided to go for quite rounded brows, so I rounded out the inner corner and then just rounded it out through the arch. Then it's time to go crazy with that wood effect and just put it all over. I'm using the same cool toned brown eyeshadow and a very small angled brush to do this. And like I said earlier, it's easier to not try and be too perfect about this, to just kind of start drawing the rings on your face and the lines to go with them. Before you start doing it though, make sure you are completely happy with all of your contour and your highlights. If you want to go back and make them more intense or do anything to them, then it's best to do it before you add the wood effect. Otherwise, when you try and blend out anything you've done to your contour and highlight, you're probably going to blend away the wood effect. Don't forget to add the wood effect on your neck as well if your neck's not going to be covered by your costume. My number one Halloween pet peeve is when people spend ages painting their faces and it looks amazing, and then their neck is just human neck, and it's an opportunity wasted, guys. Paint those necks. To complete the look, hair. I know you can't see very well right now, but trust me, I fix it. Video me is going to fix that in a second. I'm starting out by giving myself a side parting. I feel like that's the traditional ventriloquist dummy hairstyle. Then I'm taking a ton of hair gel and applying that to both sides of the parting so that I can get the hair really nice and flat on those sides. I have a lot of hair, so it takes a lot of hair gel to make it flat like this. If you are not part of the Big and Frizzy Club, then you can probably get away with using a lot less gel than I'm using. It does make your hair really like crisp and shiny as if it has been painted on like a ventriloquist dummy though, so you know. Anyway, I'm combing the side parting backwards towards the back of my head and the top of the side parting over the top as if I'm doing a comb over. Then I'm tying those sections into pigtails. Then plaiting each of the pigtails and tying them into as many knots as I can in the back. And sticking a pin into the knot to try and hold it all in place. You could probably just do a bun in the back if you wanted to. But this is like a million times easier than a bun for me. And that's it guys, you are now a ventriloquist dummy. There should be another tutorial going live tomorrow, so if you want to be notified when that's up, then you can subscribe to my channel. If you like this look, then you can let me know by clicking the like button. If you have any questions or anything like that, please let me know in the comments below and I will do my best to answer you. If you recreate this look, I would love to see how it turned out. You can tag me in a picture over on Instagram and use the hashtag Halloween Tea Party so that I see it. If you don't use Instagram, then you can do the same on Facebook or Twitter, but I don't check those quite as frequently. I'm also having a little competition over on my Instagram where you can win some Halloween type goodies. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning, then all of the details are over on my Instagram and I will leave them in the description box below along with all of the products used. And if this wasn't quite what you were looking for, then here are some other videos that maybe will be more your thing. I hope you have an amazing Halloween and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys!